Our students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again with another video. And sadly, this may be my last video. Yeah, I know. Now, the whole YouTube thing is, we don't know what's happening with that. Any of you guys who are into the YouTube rules, and maybe a lot of you are not because you don't do YouTube channels, but YouTube has come up with this rule that if you're doing anything that is geared toward children, then your site could be fined, what I'm going to say, for like $40,000 per video or something just astronomical like that. So if it's anything to do with animation or cartoons or drawings or anything that's geared toward kids, then you are under that law. So you have until January the 1st to take your videos down or take your channel down, or you could be fined this huge amount for every video that's up that could be geared toward kids that goes against their whole rule thing. You know, I didn't make this up. This the YouTube thing. You know, now as for you guys, that hurts you guys because it's not going to affect me so much because YouTube was never paying me. You know, they pay every few months. I get paid, but I never had like millions of subscribers, so that really doesn't hurt me. But it does hurt you guys because where else are you going to get some great drawing classes for free? Now, I may move over to like Udemy or Skillshare, one of the two, but unfortunately for you guys, that's a paid site, so you'd have to pay to get these lessons that I were given to you for free. Either that or try to start my own channel, shall we say, have my own site and have material up there for free. But unfortunately for that, I do not do websites and so forth, so that would hurt you guys again because I would not be able to do that. But we will see. I'm not going to stress it too much because it's not January yet. But if it does come and things don't change, this will be my last video because I don't want to continue to make videos only to have to take them down. So this is going to be a video on the male anatomy versus the female anatomy. But, you know, now, as I say, I'm sorry for you guys. But as for me, you know, I'm doing other avenues. We're just saying never put all your eggs in one basket. And that's something I tried to explain to you guys. Because you love comic books and because you can draw, don't throw everything into comic books. Do other things like I'm doing comic books, children's books, drawing books, coloring books, clothes, t-shirts. I'm getting into t-shirts, as you guys, if you know, you'll see. And this is one of my shirts here. Put it down. So, you know, I'm going to be all right. My whole thing was not just, oh, just do comic books or just do drawings alone to support me. Now, for those people who have channels that were basically set to support them because they were full-time YouTubers, that's going to kill them because they were depending on YouTube to support them or to bring them their money to live. So, yeah, as in giving you guys great content, you know, in-depth drawing knowledge and so forth. There's nothing I can do. So this may be my last video. I don't know. Just pray about it. Pray about it. Everybody get together and pray that YouTube gets their head right and they won't change anything, and I'll be back. But until then, this might be my last video because, as I say, I don't want to keep kicking stuff out and then having to take it down anyway. So let's get with the last this drawing. So whether I get demonetized or not, whatever, but just let's go for it, and then, you know, give you guys something, send you guys out with something. Now, until then, my channel is still up. I would say go and download as much as you can. Download these videos so that you can learn as much as you can while they are still up. Because, as I say, I don't know what's going to happen. So that's good information on these videos. You know, my thing was to bless people. That was it. It was not like, oh, if I don't have so many subscribers, I'm not going to you know, put anything up. It was just basically to bless you guys because I've been being blessed. Now, I'm going to start a second YouTube channel, but it's not about drawing. It's about blessings. Because, as I say, my whole goal was to bless people in whatever way I had. Whatever I had, I was willing to give to someone as a blessing. So it's going to be a second channel, but it won't be on drawing. So, yeah, looking at my monitor right now. Let's get on with this drawing lesson, possibly the last drawing lesson, the male versus female, the anatomy. Let's go to the drawing table. All right, so let's do this. Male anatomy versus the female anatomy. I don't think I've done a video on the male and female together, and I've done turnarounds, but not for them together. So this is going to be like cramming for an exam. I'm trying to give you as much information as I possibly can before school is over. So this is going to be kind of like cramming for an exam before it's too late, or before the test, before the final test. So right now I am making some borders that are crooked as all get out. I don't know why I'm exceptionally crooked today, but that's all right. That's all right. It's all good. To fit the characters in. Characters, hopefully they won't be too skinny, too big, because I want to do some side views here. Maybe some back, small side view, small back view. I don't know. We'll see how much space and time it takes. But time should be irrelevant, because if this is the last class, you want to get as much knowledge in as possible. So, okay, let's say I'll start the head here, and the female's head maybe about right there. So head, let's say torso, without it coming off the page. Torso, oval. I've gone over doing the oval enough with you guys. If you can make the letter 0, or the number 0, then you can make it an oval. If you can do the letter O, then you can make a circle. So this is the, what is this? This is the beetle technique, the oval. Line straight through the center, line at the top, like doing a T or a cross. Take the line off of the circle itself, off of the oval itself, because the dots are going to come there. Somewhere at the bottom, make an upside down U or mountain, right, like that. This is the point here, and this is the point where these two lines touch. Hopefully this is dark enough for you guys to see, because for some reason it's very bright. My camera is very bright. Any other time it's like halfway so dull, but maybe it knows something. So we have that just below that now. Where that line hits this point and the circle comes hit that point, do a line straight down to those other points. This is where your chest is going to turn. Let me use, yeah, they're going to demonetize the crap out of this one, but that's all right, because YouTube does me wrong. It done me wrong. So we're going to use example. This guy. Man, I'm telling you, this is bright today. I don't know why. Anyway, so we have this. So the center line where we are here, which would be this, the nipple actually falls on that line here. So, but we'll say it right. Do I need to pause this video so I can talk? Y'all are going to miss this. Line just a little bit above this. You draw a line here, make that line curve. I'll make the line curved, like an upside down kind of smirk. And then at this point, they go up. They go up, and you can bring them up to that if you want to, that angle if you want. But your line might be way out of here. So this is basically where the chest turns at, right here at this point. Why did I go way out here to go up? At that point, that's where the chest turns at. So if you have a straight on shot, that is going to represent, boom, where that chest starts to turn at. You have your tunican. So far we've done the chest. Bring it back. We've done the chest here, and we've done this part here. Now the ribs are going to come. If I show you the ab, this part, it's going to end right here and come around here at like the second set of abs. So that's going to be like the second set of abs. Now we go down here. This part from here to here, that's what I call the tunican, because you can just go like kind of straight down just a little bit. Wow, this is going to be long. This is going to be really long. So I'll give it some shorter legs because it's going to go off the page. So I just do this square like this. Some people you can do a circle. Usually if I turn it 3/4 view like this, I'll probably put a circle in there. But if straight on, I'll do just I am losing it today. I don't know why. Probably because I just jumped up and said, let me do this last video before it's too late. Rectangle. Then come down a little bit more. You make your diamond, your upside down house shape. And that is from here to here. You see that little upside down? But you have a little piece of waste. This thing I don't want to draw on because it is like a dirt grabber. I can put something on here and it won't wash off. You know, these things are supposed to wash off, but they don't wash off. And I was going to give this guy away too, but you know, my YouTube channel, we'll see. So we have the upside down house, and then we have the legs. And as I say, this guy's going to be short because I made him too wide. I should have lifted him up. His head should have been up here. So, all right. So now we have this part of the leg. So you see how this comes up at an angle and it goes up. I don't know if you guys can see. Let's see if we get some more light. It goes up at an angle, curves here, but it goes up a little bit more into that hip. So your legs are actually shaped like this. It goes up like that. Same thing here. It goes up like that. So you have this little piece here and you have this little piece here. They go up because this is basically your buttocks is going around here like this. And then part of your legs, because if you turn the character right here, you'll start to see, let's see if I can get it in some good, better light. You have this, and then you turn your character, and then you start to see some of the buttocks as they come around. So that's like that little dip in your hip right here. And that's what this is. And why didn't I use these characters before? Because they were crazy about demonetizing, especially when I pull out the female. The female is going to be worse, so it's going to be demonetized. But hey, if they take it down, more power to them. All right, so back here. Get back. We're doing the legs. Half of the leg. Now this part of the leg, let's see if I can bend this guy up. This part of the leg and this part of the leg are basically the same length. So you don't want to make one shorter than the other. So just think about that. Which I'm going to, or I won't do the feet, one of the two. So you kind of have to eyeball it. So depending on how tall your character is, you kind of have to eyeball this oval. And that's all it is. It's just an oval. The whole thing is an oval. I just stop here and here, and you want to kind of leave room for the man junk, okay? So then maybe because his legs are going to go spread out, he's going to fit, but I don't want to spread them out into the female part. So we'll see. So we'll circle here. Just write the word book, B-O-O-K, and you have your circle. So stop. I can't draw a circle. Nobody else is out there to teach you guys, so you better learn that. And then you're going to draw, actually you want to come down. Just come straight down from there. Not on the circle, but off of the circle. So if I do this circle here, my line is going to just come straight down. I don't want the legs to be open too wide, like that. So from the circle, I'm going to come out and down. I'm going to come out and down. Because you have on the inside, you have your circle. Your knee does not, should I say, go straight down. Your knee is more on the outside. It goes more on your outside. You see all this meat on the inside? So that's one thing you have. That's why I say come straight down. You have a little extra meat here. So you have your leg that swoops down, curves around, and then you have this outside meat that comes down, and then it goes right into that calf. Can you see? Hopefully you can see. Maybe it'll come out better on camera than it is. So you have your knee here, which is not centered. You have this extra meat over here. Then this comes around and goes down, and then meets on the side like that. So let's do, well, I didn't do that yet. So it's going to come down here, goes out, and it'll come in and meet. So it goes in, Brian. What are you doing? Because you have your calf like this. So you have this inside calf and this outside slope like this. So you have the inside calf, which meets with this circle. And maybe he won't be too short after all, like that. Same thing. Calf comes in. See, I tend to, because I know it, I tend to not to do this. But for you guys, it's like that. It's just like that. That's what I do. So, and then you have this over the knee. You have this knee. And I always do triangle for the knee. Not a triangle, a diamond for the knee. A lot of times, if you're doing a character, he's going to be covered up anyway. So you don't have to worry too much about the knee. You have just a little bit of meat coming off the side here. So your knee does not take up your whole knee area, or that bone does not take up the whole knee area. So you come up and out like that. And then you have this part that touches the top of the knee. You could do another upside down triangle. No, that's not upside down. Upside down. That's right side up. Do a triangle here. Boom, like that. And then this comes up, this goes over, and this goes over here. And I really don't do leg muscles because one, you cover it up. With clothes, you're going to cover it up. So I just do this, this, this. But the way I do it is just this muscle right here. This, you can't really see that because these are more pronounced. These are more, but there's muscle, this large one right here. I'll do this from here, coming down, and then I'll do that like that, and then just bring it like that. But I don't, but I tend to stay away from leg muscles. So as I said, I'll do this because this muscle right here actually comes in. Oh, good. You can see that with the light. This muscle comes in here. It comes in. So you'll see that. This one goes higher. But as I say, I don't do too many leg muscles. Now we have that, and then the foot. The foot, let's see if I can show you the foot on here. This foot is actually, get back up there. If it's sitting, if he's standing, stand right, focus it on the camera. It could actually be kind of a triangle shape, straight down and out and flat. So that's half of a triangle. Straight down, out, and flat. See if I can get this on camera right. Yeah, it's just basically that. So if I continue this up, this would be that little triangle. And then the toe, the large toe, which is on the inside, how can I say that? It curves over like this. We all know that. And this is the highest point, and it'll go down kind of like that shape. So I just kind of like throw a little bit of toe in there, not a lot. Besides, if you're gonna have boots or shoes on the character anyway. So the inner ankle, where those connect, is higher than the outer ankle. So usually if I do a foot, I'll do a foot like this, up, down, and I'll have this aligned like that. And that way I'll say, okay, this is my ankle, this is my other ankle, kind of on that line, or I'll curve it. Now it's time to take out some more paper. So if I'm doing my leg, here's my leg. End it right here. Here's my foot. Other side. Let's do the other side. So I'll either curve it like this, and that still gives me that higher part here and lower part there for my ankle. So yeah, and then as I said, I'll kind of like put the toe there. Just an indentation for the toe because that is the lowest point right here. It curves and it dips right here. So I'll just do that to represent my boot. Now if I'm doing a heel or something, then I'll go ahead and put an extra heel on there, and maybe show just some definition from the back, depending on how much the character is turned. So if I'm like turning it a little bit, you can actually use the wedge shape or the piece of cheese or the slice of cake to do that, and then you kind of go up right here because you have this part, then it goes up, get some better light. You see how that goes up a little bit? So I'll just do like this and then come back down and curve that little for the heel like that. And then just round this off as best you can, depending on, if the guy has shoes or not. Remembering that this is the furthest point, and it's hard for people to draw right and left feet because this is supposed to actually go back like that. But just do a curve, and then if you need to do boots, you just follow that and do your heels like so. So yeah. All right, continuing on is my feet. Straight down, out, and then just a little bit of toe right there. Now, going back up here. I know I'm going fast because, yeah, I'm going fast. So we have this little space here. This line is, and he does not have any collarbone. He does not have a collarbone, and I just noticed that. It comes here, and it's on top of the delt. This is the delt. This is the mighty delt that I've always talked about. I don't know why I never used these guys when I drew before. I may have, but I don't know. So collarbone, and then your delt is right here. That represents a ball, okay, a circle. I can't draw a circle. Yes, you can. Circle. All right, so then we have the arm. The arm comes down, and that's just a cylinder. And it comes down to around, I would say the belly button, or almost the last set of abs. But you have to kind of judge that for yourself, because some people drawing, really different characters, some with longer arms, some with shorter arms. So I would say around the bottom of your circle, wherever your circle is, I would end the bicep there, bicep, tricep. So this is actually shaped kind of like a teardrop. Oh, there's my light messing up again. It's weird. The camera's weird. It's shaped like that. So even from the front, it goes from the chest, it comes up. The chest actually curves in along that. Let's round this off. So you have that, and then from the chest, that curves and goes down like that. Then you have your bicep. And then maybe, depending on how you turn it, you'll see there's your bicep. Depending on how you turn it, you might see a little bit of tricep in there somewhere. That's sometimes I'll just bring it off of this point here, bring it out, and then bring it back in for the tricep to make his arm look a lot bigger. And then you have this. And you notice how thin this is. This is thinner in width than that. So you want to make this little part of the forearm wider, like that. Bring this down. It's going to start curving in. Don't have it straight. Curve it in. Curve this out and in as well. You see how if I turn it to the side, and that's the one bad thing about this is it's kind of preset. It won't turn. But if I turn it to the side and it stops at the crotch, this is kind of, shoulders are down. It's going to stop somewhere at the crotch, your wrist. So wherever that is, just cut it off like that. Same thing for this. This is my bicep. Now I'll make this a little bit shorter because you do have that little space between the bicep, which curves around, and your forearm. And then just so if you have this, I'll just curve it in like that, out and in. And cut it here, make sure one is not longer than the other. And I'm going fast because this is not going to be a part 2, so it might end up being an hour, but that's a true lesson. When people get these 10-minute videos, I don't know how they could do that. So again, a little bit of tricep back here. Bicep curves in, curves out. Now you have where you split, it splits here, where that bicep comes in and out. I do this little curve, kind of a check kind of thing like that, and then that arm splits, that muscle splits, and it goes straight down to the side here. I don't know if this one will do it, but that's okay. You might be able to see it. You see that little line that goes right here and comes and kind of like disappears when you turn it. Yeah, so yeah. And then always have your hands kind of turn in like this to give it more of a powerful versus straight down, but one arm is out, one arm's out, one arm's in. I'm not going to change it. So, but just curve that wrist in like that. And we'll do hands in a second. So we have, remember, chest comes up and then down, that little curved shape here. So I want to make this a little bigger, rounder. Because the rounder your shoulders are, the stronger your character will appear. Now we go up here. This is the neck. The neck is right here. And you see this, I think, what is this? Is that the Adam's apple? You have the V here and you have the V here, and that's the inner. So what I do is, well, you have the inner and you have that outer right here, that line here. So what I do here is at this point, I do a V like that. And it depends on how wide the neck is, determines how wide the V is. And then I just go up a little bit. That might be a little too thick. And then from there, I will do a head, oval for the head. Now, that head, that neck, I don't want to say that neck is too thick, but that head might be a little too big for a muscular character. So I'll keep going like this. I'll just keep going until I get the right size head. And of course, you can extend your line. That way you can see if you have too much on one side and not enough on the other side. So I would say something about, somewhere about like this, like that. So now you have the neck. Now notice you have this little bit here. So you want to add to that to actually come to the delt. Let's go above that. And then you give the guy some nice shoulders. And then you have your character. I still have detail. I'm looking in the monitor. So I'll square this chin. I'll go out like that and then up. I try to keep it in line with the neck. Try to keep the side of the head in line with the neck. And then you have that inner V like that. Shoulders, arms, bicep, that. So the fist, and I'm going to do a hand because everybody draws fists. Sometimes you want to just open your hand up. So slash like that. Your thumb is going to come around. So which one am I? Okay, let's just do this one since you can follow this. And let's bring that arm out just because. Just because. So I'm going to have to slide the woman over, but I still have room for the side view. So bring that hand in. So this hand is out. Always tuck that hand in for more power like that. It just gives you more power. So this hand goes down and this, I said I was going to do open hand. Yeah. So it comes, this part of the thumb, it curves around. So this is going to curve around like this. And then your thumb is going to be like that. It's kind of like that. Like, just like that. Almost like a banana. You do a banana. Yeah, it's going to be like that. And then your first finger, your hand, your fingers are going to come down. And I'll do one bend. You can do two bends if you're trying to do the finger, but I usually just do the 1, 2, like that. And then the second ones come in like that, and the third ones go like this. So they're going back in time. Is that a big hand? Yes, it is a mighty, mighty, mighty big hand. Because your fingers, even if your fingers, it's not going to come way down to your knee. So. But that's what happens when I draw slow. When I draw slow, I tend to oversize stuff. Much better. And your second finger and your third finger like that. So that's how you do open hand. Especially if you're doing like character design and you just don't want to do everybody with a fist. You do it like that. So if I did a fist on this side, I'll just go ahead and use this since you guys already see that. And a lot of people want to make fists. I've done so many fists that you guys should know how to do fists. Let me like this. So you guys can see that example. The light is good and then the light is bad. It depends on how you move. It's a weird light. So anyway, you see this finger here. This could be, you have your little square like that. On the side, you want to do your thumb like that. So you have this piece right here and then your thumb. Since I've got so many lines, you have this and your thumb. And I don't use, because I can't even see this. This is so blurred. You can see it, but it's so blurred in the light. So you have this, your fingers come here, and then just up a little bit. Now, what you want to do is you have this finger. If you notice, this finger is longer. Turn it. You will see this second finger, just a bit of this second finger over top of this first finger. So imagine that being your second finger, and this is going to be your first finger. You stop the knuckles here, you're going down, and you're curving in. Now what I do is I'll do this. I'll just go from this thumb, and I'll curve in like that, and I'll curve in like that. And that gives you that fish shape. And as I said, this curves in and cuts. And this part of the finger, where's it at? It goes around, so you're not going to see this piece here. You're just going to see this front face. Depending on how you turn your fist, if you want to turn it in a little bit more, if you want to turn it out, however you want to see your fist. So, and I'm telling you, I can't see that because it's just the shine, because it's light, the shine on. That's why I never use pencil. You all use a red pencil. So what do we have now? We have the abs. Okay, so the abs are kind of like different. So you have this U. Now what I like to do is I like to just put a little diamond. I love diamond, a little V right there, and then I curve it and come down. And then because you curve it, and then when you get to this point, I come in like that. That might be crooked because, yeah, I think I got some more over this side and then more over that side. So I can actually reduce the lats, because you can always give them bigger lats later on. Just make those lats just pop out. He's just, he's all that. Just let me move this over a little bit more. Now you have, when you come down here, you can actually bring this all the way down, because whereas you're at, there are the muscles come all the way down when you are doing like, your muscular kind of character. They go all the way down. But as I say, you have your belt, your pants. So that's going to cover any kind of muscle here. So you do this and you come down. Now, right here, you have your love handles, which come up and curve around. Can you see that? I can't see it in my monitor because my light. It's going to curve around and drop down here. So this is going to come here and then go down. But don't get caught up in love handle, because I was showing somebody online and he got kind of caught up in the love handles, and he would start making his love handles. Well, he always made his the love handles kind of fat like that. And then he'd have that part right. But because he did that, it threw him off. And then I told him about it. And soon after, he disappeared. Now, a lot of artists, and I'm not going to say all you guys, but a lot of artists don't really want criticism. They want to like send their art, and then they want me to say, oh my God, you're so good, you're good, you're good. So when I criticize them, I don't say criticize like, oh, you can't draw. I'll say something like, okay, do your shoulders like this or do that. But they can't take that, so then they don't continue. Because I do online, and people contact me via my email, which is going to show up right here, and they ask me to critique their stuff or just help them to learn to draw better. And I'll do that online. They'll just kind of send me stuff. I'll tell them about it. I might do some drawings and I'll send it back to them, and then they email me some more. And it's just kind of like we just email back and forth. And you're welcome to do that because, as I said, I'm not dead. I'll still help you as much as I can. But a lot of times, I know life gets in the way, but they disappear. And a lot of it's because, I'll say, oh, change this, or change this, change this. And some people just can't, they thought they were the greatest thing since apple pie. And I'm still not that good. I'm okay, but Marvel's not reaching out to me yet, or DC's not reaching out. So, I got a long way to go. So don't be so, judgmental. So anyway, love handles. Judgmental. Don't be so, I'm the best, because, you got a long way to go. If you were the best, you would never have to reach out to me. So, we have that love handle here. We have your first set is going to come right here. Where you have this corner, let's do your first set. And I'll curve it like that. Your second set, down here. Third set, down here. And then you have the big open, it's actually a big open area here. And your belly button is going to be here, but you don't worry too much about that because, as I said, again, you're going to have clothes on. So looking at this, now if I wanted to make this guy like superhero, I could make this wider, give it more curve here. My knee, where's my diamond, which is like lower than that one. Out. I could curve this in more and bring it down. Bring that in. So there's a number of things that I can do to make him, larger. And these lats are too low for him, so I'm not going to give him the great lats. I'll put it up here and then come down. Up here and come down. So there, and as I said, you have this line here, your bicep, around there. So 29 minutes. Let's go with the female. This is where I get demonetized. But as I say, if YouTube is going off, then it doesn't make a difference anyway. So round this part of the chest off, curve, and it comes into this part right there. There, and then like that. I'll curve that out. I'll curve this up here. And you can have a broken line or you can leave it. And then I will do more of a definition of the collarbone because there's a bone and that you will see both top and bottom of the bone, for somebody strong. And then just make sure everything is proportional. And then you do some little striations if the guy's, really muscular like that. So, and then deepen this in. Sometimes I'll curve this around. You have your thing, I'm losing it again because I'm thinking about doing a female. Make this a little deeper. And this black line here to show that it is. And then if you want to do, like the side lines, which I don't do, you have your top of your love handle coming from your other ab. You do another line here, and it gives you that little V taper cut. So let's do the female. So female. And I'm trying to speed this up, but you guys download this stuff. Go and get your, and I'll leave a link to where you can download YouTube videos. You just download the program, and you can download any type of YouTube videos. And if you get the whole little set, and it's free, you get the whole set, you can download music too, and you can put it in your phone. And as I said, I'll leave the link here. Actually, since I'm editing, here's the link right here. While I wait till the end, here it is. Just go to that. This I believe it's Sunsoft. I haven't done it edited yet, but I believe it's going to say Sunsoft something studio. And it's absolutely free, and there's no bugs or no viruses, because I always use this to download music from my phone. So yeah, so you can use this and then go to my website here again, and then download. Now this is not the opening. This is not the opening of it, because a lot of people go to the opening of my website and they just draw that one, or they see that one video instead of going into my actual videos. They'll see that one video on drawing something, male anatomy, oh so simple. I think that's the most viewed, because they'll see that one and then they're like, oh, that's good, and they won't go further into the site. So this is the link to actually get you in there where you see all my videos. So go there and start downloading. Female. Okay, as I say, let's put the head here. Well, since the man is there, I'll put the female there. Straight line. This is where I'm going to get demonetized. Demonetized. No money for you. And you have the triangle, upside down triangle, and then another upside down triangle. So wherever this point ends, that's going to be her crotch. So that and that here. That's definitely her legs are definitely going to be longer. So I'm going to shrink her, so her legs will be long enough. So let's say about right here to about right here. You don't want her wider than him either. So we have that one, and these are the ends of her shoulders. Center line, and this is her crotch. So you want that triangle to be the same length as that, or width as that. You can make it a little thicker to give her bigger hips, but once you get the body down, then you're good to go. All right, so we have this and this. Two triangles, upside down, simple, and with a very crooked line. I just looked at my monitor, and it's crooked, because I don't draw straight. I draw like this, like I write. So it's demonetization time. So this is the siphon, I can understand the whole kids thing, you watching the kids thing, but this is the female. And I don't really use this because it's not as muscular as the man. It's just too smooth for me. And then the arms, the arms have no real definition to it. So compared to the man, you just kind of got rubber with, breasts. It's just, the back is not too bad, but it's still, to me, there's no definition, so I don't really use the female. So anyway, let's get on with this demonetized video. Now from here, we go straight up here. From there, I'll put the head. Am I still recording? So yeah, and then I'll put the neck. Now, so usually I'll work with all this before I do the head and so forth, but the woman, I want to be able to get the right size head for the right size body. And of course, you can erase it at any time. Now, under the chin, this is the heart shape from here, the breast, the heart. Well, are you seeing this, or are you looking in a monitor? Do this. This is the heart shape. So from like under the chin, I'll just do that heart. Now, you can have it come off of the side here, or you can have it stay into the side, depending on how big the breasts are. So you don't want to make it go way down here, just way above the narrowest point. So you're doing that heart. So you have that. You have this heart here. So minus this, you still have this. This is where that circle, I'm sorry, I got hiccups, I don't know why. This is where you're going to have that circle left over right here. Now, the reason you use that diamond shape, those two triangle shapes, get it right, because it's basically, it's shaped like that. You have that hourglass shape, or women have that hourglass shape. So this is the part, so if I drew through this, it would come all the way down. And if I drew through that, it would come all the way up. So right here, you have the crotch leaving the space. Well, let's round this off, because this is comes and you see how it curves out. So let's bring it. Where is it at? Where is it? It's right here. Curve it here and here. And then you want to come to the widest point, which is here, and then start to curve it in. And it depends on how you want, if you want the legs together, if you want the legs apart. So I'm going to keep these together just because it just makes it easier and quicker for time. So we have the hips now. We're done with that. Now, just as the man's crotch is there, see, this is not really detailed. Let's see if you guys can see the light into the light. You have this one curve here, same with the guys. And then you have another curve that actually comes, or a line that comes here. That's like that bikini cut thing right here and right here. So that would be this one for the leg, and that would be this one for the bikini cut. So you're going to have that triangle in there like that. And the more you draw it, the more you get used to it. So if your legs come here, remember you're going to have space here. So it's going to curve around, and it's going to curve around, leaving that space in between there. Same with the man. It's going to curve here. It's going to curve here, leaving that space. Women's might be a little closer because the thighs could be more fatter than the guys are muscular. And that also depends on how far the legs are open. So you want to come down. So this, you want to come straight down. These two, you want to come straight down. I leave a little bit of space. You don't have to leave the space, but leave a little bit of space. Come straight down to there. And that also tells me how long the legs are. So it gives me a good reference point to how long I want to make the legs. So you want to curve down. So half and half. Remember, this is just the same length as that. So you're thinking, okay, this is long enough. Here's my knee here. Then you want to do the other half of the leg. So you're basically going to go down, curve in, and back out. Like that, same thing. If you can mimic that other side, down to the knee and then curve back out and then down again. Remember, leave some room for the ankles. So I brought about bar. So I'm gonna lift this up a little bit more because she doesn't have enough legs. So if you look at the legs are kind of skinny on this, and that's another thing I really didn't like. I mean, it looked good in the advertisements when you buy it because number one, they've got like clothes on or something, and they don't really show you. I don't know if they show you the full empty body, but yeah, this is going to be wide here, and then narrow here. So I've got it wide. So what you want to do, unlike the man, you want to kind of bring it in to be narrow, high here, not too far down, and then coming back in to be narrow. But as I said, I'm going to lift that up. I'm going to lift these knees up a little bit to give her more lower leg, and then curve in and then come out and step back so you know that the female won't be too skinny. Adjust this, and that's the difference between the man. The man, you can just do shapes and you're good. The female has to. It has to be smooth. Just to be kind of like one smooth, seamless line. There are some comic book artists that can just nail a female, and other ones, they just, because they're so used to drawing men that it's hard for them to do a female. Same thing here, comes out, so it would actually hit at the knee gap and then touch right here at the thighs. Comes in, and then the calves hit again. Calves are pushing together because it comes out, push together. And then down here, it separates a little bit more. So we'll make this a little thicker down there. Let's get rid of these lines, because that's throwing the whole thing off. Now, if you want to make her more athletic, then you narrow that down a little bit more. And the same way where you have these lines here, you come in, it bulges out, it goes in, and it comes out again. So that's where you have that. But not too much, though. Not too much. You can make it just smooth, like animation. When you look at the anime girls, it's all one smooth piece. So I can bring her in more like that to slim her down. Or I can make her more hippie to bring her out. And what guy does that? He does that. I can't think of, is it Chris Claremont that does that? The big, thick women? He does this. It works for him. He'll go in really small and then to come out like this. He'll have those big hips like that. And, you know, it works for him. I'm trying to think of the book that he does. I can't think of it. I haven't really bought a comic book in a long time. So to me, that's a little too narrow. So let me bring that out a little bit more to match. As I said, you know, if you want the hippie girls, you want the athletic girls, you want the power girls, it's all in the hips. Because you don't want serious thick arms and you don't want serious thick shoulders. So those are two things that's going to actually stay the same. The breasts are going to stay the same, the shoulders are going to kind of stay the same, and the arms are going to stay the same. You might have a little more curve into it, but they're not going to be big. But the thighs are what tell the story. So let's go back to the feet. Straight down, straight down. She's going to be a little taller than him because she's coming off the line. And then like that, not big feet. So basically, when you take, if this guy is standing on this line here, if this guy is standing on this line and she's standing on this line, what it's going to do is going to make it look like she's standing in front of him. So if I put her on the same line, if I put the feet on the same line, I can do that, but I'm not. It would look like she's standing right beside him. If I put feet here, it would look like the person is behind them. So just remember, whatever line your feet are on, that's the line that you need to gauge whose feet you're going to put on or how you're going to put somebody else's. How you're going to put somebody next to that person. All right, so let's go. Remember, there's a gap here, gap here. I'm looking at the time is 42 minutes minus editing. Give her a little bit of the little mountain here and come down. And I don't do abs like this. If I do a female, I'll just do that line like that. And then just give her a little bit of the side. Then you can bring that lat out a little bit more if you choose to, if she's too skinny. So we're going to go here. And we're going to bring the arms down. And what I'm going to do here is just bring the arms. I'm going to curve them down like this, stopping at the crotch. This is a quick get over. Like that. That way you know your arm length is right. Stop kind of at the crotch. So from here, we're going to curve in like that, and then narrow. This is going to be even narrower. We're going to go curve in, narrow. The bottom of this curve is going to be the bottom of your rib cage. It's going to be where the delt. Come on, Brian, slow down. Bicep, and then you're going to have it wider here. It's like the man's. Because this is the smaller area, the smallest part of the female arm. And you cut it here. Same thing here. Where this ends, you have the little curve. And it's going to be narrow because this is going to be wide. This is going to be wide. This is going to be really narrow. So the breast is here. Got a lot of lines. So I'm going to bring that arm in a little bit. And the reason I'm moving fast and missing my words is because I want to get this all the way out. It's going to be probably an hour-long video, but it's my farewell video, so maybe. Pray about it. Pray about it. And so I'm trying to get as much in as possible. So we have that, and then again, the arms, the hands, like that. This is kind of like, what shape is that? You got your square. You, from this point, you just bring it in like that. Yeah, just chop it in like that. Did you see that? It's too light. Rectangle, and then from this point, you just pull it in, and then this is going to be kind of like the palm and the thumb, like that. Remember the little banana? Because you have this little bend piece right here, this little piece here, but I don't, it'll be right here, but because you have your thumb like this, you don't see that. So basically, when you relax your hand is like this. It's like that. So if I relax my hand, it's going to be like that. If it's hanging down, it's going to be like that. But I just don't do the fourth finger. I just do the three fingers. I can't even do it. Can't even do it. It's kind of like that, minus this little baby finger here that I can't really hide. So it's basically having this thumb more straight. It's just easier, and then it comes down like that, a relaxed hand. So down, up, like that. Where's that wrist at? So since I have this little curve here and the thumb, and then 1 and 2. And look at that hand and see if it's long. Women usually have, some of them have big hands, long fingers. Not this one. 1 and 2. And then you have your thumb like that. Finger, finger, like so. And it's just a quick finger thing. If you're drawing like if you're doing like character design, which is something else you can make money off of, you know, if the whole comic book thing doesn't pan out, drop this down a little bit more. So about that. Then it's character design, because gaming, you know, gaming will never stop. Gaming will never stop. So, you know, you can do character design, and when you do character design, if you're not having them hold a weapon or something and you're just like doing clothes design or uniform design, it's easier just to do the hand versus trying to do fists all the time. Same thing here. And then in, and then in, second finger, third finger. If you do the fourth one, it kind of looks kind of weird, so I just do the 3 fingers, and that might be a little lower, which it is, and just for the sake of my last video. Never thought I'd say that. I thought I was going to make it big on YouTube, and it still might happen. It still might happen. Maybe YouTube will resolve the whole thing, and then my pencil's getting dull, so my lines are screwing up. And that wrist is a little too low. We'll see. So I'm not really trying to get perfection today. I'm just trying to teach you guys what I can while I can. Move your hand off the board, Brian. Hand again. Thumb, curve. Let me sharpen this pencil. Maybe it'll make all the difference. All the difference. Come up, 1, 2. 1, 2, and I'm going to leave it like that. I'll ink this, but I'll ink this off camera so you guys can see what it came out to be like. Bring that down like that. So here again, we have this little space left over for the neck, and don't make her neck too thick. So you just want to bring it down. A female's neck slopes down. It doesn't bulge like that. It kind of slopes down. And then it drops off. This is more squarer. And then it goes into this, like that. It goes in to that bicep. That's what I'm trying to say. So it slopes down, comes, drops down, almost like to a square, goes in, and then there's the bicep. Drops down, square, and then there's the bicep. There's your breast. And just like the males, as it comes this way, the women's go there too. Go that route too. So you can delete this. You can erase this, unless you're gonna put clothes on her. So we're gonna bring this out and down, and the lump here, and then the lump there. So the lump here, and then curve out. Have this. Remember, you have one here, and then you have the leg here. So this, and then you have the collarbone, and usually women's are more pronounced. They're a little Adam's apple. Well, not this. That's Adam's apple. This little piece right here is more pronounced. You know, Adam, don't give a woman an Adam's apple and start questioning her gender. So yeah, like that. And you can bring this line just a little further up, like this. Make that little V here, and then depending on what you want to do, if you want to make a little V right here to curve the chest, push together. One side is wider than the other side. One side is lower than the other side. It's just some stuff you have to work on. Center line. And it's still going to be wider and lower. I can spend 30 minutes getting the breast right, but I'm not. So you have this. Remember, this goes over to this. This is more squared off. And then you have that V. A little bit of V in the neck. I'll make this neck a little smaller, or make the head a little bigger. So when I do a female, I'll do this V right here, coming off the neck, and then I'll make it get bigger. Like when I got this, like an anime kind of neck. Here is your neck, right? I'll do this V, and instead of going straight up, I'll go out a little bit, like that, and then I'll curve it, more like a true egg shape. Draw an egg, Brian. But then I'll just put a V here instead of that, and then go up like that. And then you do your eyes, nose, and mouth. Hey. So yeah. And then you figure out the size of the head that you want, what's going to fit, what's going to work. And looking at it, give her some knee, some diamond for the knee. Remember, this comes out, this comes out. These two touch if the legs are together. And you don't do a bunch of leg muscles unless you're trying to do a powerful type She-Hulk. Even She-Hulk doesn't really have that much leg muscle. It's just curves. That's the thing about women. It's just they get the curves right. Because if I do like leg muscles, then she'll start changing on you. So you want to keep it smooth. All right, 51 minutes. Minus editing. So these side views are going to be, really quick. And it's probably not going to be the same size as this, but just for the sake of it. Let's do the male first. Let's do the male first. Side view or 3/4 view? Shout it out. Side view or 3/4 view? 3/4 view? Okay. I think 3/4 view. Let's do side view. I've done enough 3/4 views. Side view, and I'm going to have them facing out. Have him facing out. I'm going to have her facing in. So, doing this first. Doing this. Instead of doing an oval straight up and down like that, I do an oval going at an angle. So my oval is going to be like this. Maybe not that far back, but maybe so. That, then down here. That's going to represent this, the tuna can, but it's not going to be as long. It's going to be a little shorter than a tuna can because you want to have room for the back. So this is basically just a rectangle. And then you're going to come down. You're going to come out for the buttocks. So if you do it like a, like this, like a, whatever that is, whatever shape that is. Just round it out. Wow, he's kind of thick, or he's big already, so the feet might come, it might not. All right, so then you're going to have the legs go back, not straight down, go back a little bit. So, and I'm going to make this guy a little smaller because he's getting big. And then this back here too. Yeah. The feet are going to probably go down a little bit more. Now, the reason I did this because when you come up, when you draw on a strong person, your back is always bigger. Your back sticks out. It's like if he's curling. If you have a curl, your back goes back and your chest comes up. So you bring that, and that's your neck like that. Now, bring it around here. So you have your chest. Your chest is here. The collarbone here, it comes down at an angle. And then your shoulder, your delt, that circle right there. And just for the sake of saking it, I'm going to bring the arm back. First cylinder, same size. Curve it in like that so that you can see this part. And then this comes out. And so this is why I do that little V, comes out and then back in. So you can have some ab here. So that comes like this, and it curves around there, and then it goes in like that. Because this is this whole circle piece right here. Now the way this comes out and back, that's this. It comes out to a point, which is this is where you would actually turn from this point here. This is where you would turn that chest right here. It comes down and then turn it, and then it goes in. It goes in like that. So the head, up to your oval, split that in half for the time being, and then you do your chin, and your head and your ear would be at that halfway point. Neck, the cranium, the back of your head is going to come, I think it's right behind the ear, if I'm not mistaken, and the rest of that is your neck. Like that, and you have your Adam's apple. That's your Adam's apple, yeah. Give him a thick neck, and that V, and this is going to be your shoulder. Let's look at this guy here. If I can find some light. can't find a really good light. Camera's not going to do right for me. So you have this part here. This comes down, and this actually separates. It's actually three, 1, 2, 3 muscles here. And it comes down, remember that point? And then this comes down like this to that point. And you have your triceps here. Comes down to your elbow, your biceps here. And your tricep, this is all your tricep. All this here. And your bicep is just small arm. It's just a small part of the arm. And then it comes up, and this part here comes up and down. And I said this is weird because it gets dark. I move. I don't know why. You see what I had to deal with all these years, but I dealt with it. I put up with it. Like that. Elbow, and then your waist. So going back here, come on, lighten up, lighten up. It's weird. As I said, the camera's weird. Yeah, turn to the side. You see the line here goes down and it comes out. So coming up here, you have your hip. This love handle is going to be here. Like that. So your crotch is down here. Your love handle, and then you go with your legs. Remember, this part comes up here. You're seeing the buttocks here. You can make that smaller, and then you have this part here, this big meaty part right here. Hopefully, this is a little clearer in editing. But I tell you what, if YouTube doesn't go all crazy with these rules and they say, okay, never mind, then I'll buy me a better camera. That'll be my promise to you guys. One that won't unfocus and play with the light like it does. So you have your knee, which is like a mountain here. And then you bring this in and it comes out. Your calf, twist the foot around, man. Be right, do right. Let's do one leg at a time. Like that. Wow. No, you can bend. Anyway, yeah. It comes in here, comes out, you have your calf, and then it comes down. Same thing here. You have your knee, you have that little, this one is a lump. I'll just do a little point, that way I know where my knee is. Comes out and then in, like that. And then cut it here, make your foot. He's down lower, but that's okay. That's all right. And he's not leaning so much because this balanced it out. So if I do another leg, I can just bring it out like that. And then the foot here. And then you probably see that. But that's if I did another leg, but I'm not gonna do another leg. And if I did the arm, depending on where the arm came out at, it could probably come out right here. And then there's your fist. That's your other arm. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave the one arm and the one leg because I just wanted you guys to do the side. And your lats are going to come out. Your lats right here. I don't think you can see that. Your lats are going to come out and go around your back. So this is going to come out and go down to here. That's your lats. Your rib cage. This is your lats, and then your ribs are going to come like this. It's like almost like doing a fang, and then you do this. And then if you want to get crazy, you can do the other ones that connect just right under the line, but I don't do that. But just for the sake of it, I just did that. And then you can make your chest, as wide as you want or not. So let me get rid of this. And let me get rid of this. Now, the women 3/4 or the half? Tell me now so I can feel you guys. I can reach out and I can feel you. So where that connects, that's going to be your love handle right here. I'm just going to go down into the leg. So that one was a little high, but you're going to have the belt. Remember, you're going to have the belt and everything else. So the guy won't be completely naked. And then your hand. So did I do fists? I did fists, but I did an open hand. Let's do it. Well, sideways fist is kind of easy because it's basically just square-ish. It's just kind of like this. And then you see the thumb comes out and down, and then you have your knuckles. And then that's just easy. So you have the muscle, this thing comes here and out because this goes around into the thumb, it curves around. And then you have this one there, and there's several more here, but you don't worry about that. That, and then your bicep, tricep here. Because you have this open piece right here, where this muscle actually comes up. So you have your bicep and your tricep, elbow, this, and your hand, your face, your muscle. And I totally don't do sideway muscles. I just don't do that because you have them and it's kind of weird unless you get it right. It always looks weird to me to do them, so I don't do it. I may do the calf every now and then because you have this, and then it goes down here. But I usually don't do side muscles. I mean, I would say you can find it on YouTube, but they're going to take all these things off. So, you know, that's life. Life throws you a curve. You either duck it or you grab it, try to straighten it out. So, yeah, that's the side on the male. And as I said, I'll ink these guys in off camera. So this would only be like an hour and 30 minutes maybe. So for the female, I'm going to do that. Let's see if I can keep her in line like this. What are you doing? I don't know. I just lost it for a second. Because I had a thing to do female. It's kind of like this, that, and that. Go back to the YouTube channel and you'll see it. It's like drawing female. I haven't done this in a while. Female from the side. Like that. It's kind of like the two triangles are like sliding off of each other. Anyway, you'll see what I'm doing in a second. So this is going to be her back. This is going to be her breast. This is going to be her legs. And of course, she is going to also be leaning forward to a degree. Now let's cut this off here. Shoulders. And let's do this from the back. Remember, this is going to be more narrower than this. Back is going to come around, out, and then curve in. It's going to come around and then slope in. Depending on how big you want the booty now. You don't want big booty, then, you know, you give them a flat booty. I'll keep it moderate, like that. So you have this, the chest is going to come here. A little bit of this part right here goes out and then in. I don't do the female ab, I just kind of like suck it in here. This is going to come out. The hip is like this. Like that droop, like that, and then the stomach comes down into that. A little more curve at the bottom. And as I say, you have to keep it smooth, keep that line smooth. The knee, I would do the point, and then curve this in, suck that in. The calf, and then the ankle. So instead of giving it such a big lump right here, I'll smooth that out. Take it up here and then like that. Ankle, heel, foot. She is leaning forward a lot. But that's okay because this is a long video, and that's why, because her foot is not online. Like that. Still leaning. It's all right. So we're gonna go square this off, curve this down like that. Not as much back as the guy. This comes down because depending on the stomach area, I don't know if this one actually even has it. Because as I say, it's not, give me some light. It's not really, I think the female is meant to be dressed. It comes in and it comes down like that. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah. I think the female character is meant to be dressed. And then you have the bottom, the crotch, and it comes like that. So if you kind of make this all one piece, then you have that. So then you can, if you want to do the side belly and then her lats and then the back. But as I say, I don't usually do this. This is kind of like guidelines because, you know, females I tend to dress. And then you have the breasts from the side. It's going to go all the way up under from under the arm. So we have this part right there. Then we have that, depending on like I say, depending on the size of the female breast. Comes here, here's your shoulders, and then your neck, and then your other part of the neck, and then your head. And I'm speeding this up because time-wise. Like so. Yeah, she's out there. But I mean, it's right. Other than that big, what do you call that green guy? Foot kind of, I can't think of the Grinch kind of foot. The Grinch that stole Christmas kind of foot. A little better. It's a little better. And you know, if I again, you don't want to make this too fat. If I want to, you know, do the other foot, come out like this. However, she could be stepping or standing there, or the other foot, the leg could be down. Higher. It's going to be higher because the foot is going to end here. Like that. And then, you know, I could do another arm here. Like that. But yeah, no. Not in this video. So this video, when it goes up, this will give you, I don't know, what, a couple more weeks to look at it and study it. And then the hand, let's just say it's going to be, this one was short, this is going to be open. And then you just kind of like, you have your first set of your fingers, your first line and your second line. In comics, I don't do this third joint unless I'm doing a close-up of the hand. It's just 2 bends, 1 and 2, that's it. So the thumb can be here, again, round, and then the banana shape. The thumb, your thumb, let's just say where it bends here, your thumb is going to come just, the tip of your thumb is just going to come just directly above that or almost on these lines. If you draw a circle, it can be almost on these lines or just above this part, the knuckle part. So first set, second set. And it was kind of weird. I don't want to resolve them. Let me sharpen this again. I don't want to revert back to my pencil because I won't be able to see it. And it also depends on how much you turn the hand, because the hand is square or here, but it kind of rounds off when you do that, which you lose this finger. So versus her having her hand like this, you turn it a little bit more like that. So the wrist, not a fat wrist, like that. Let's see if that's long enough. And then the thumb comes here. First finger, second finger, third finger. And if you do a fourth, it'll be under there somewhere. And that is an ugly hand, Brian. Yes, it is. So you have to make that a little more fatter to show where the thumb is. It's just a little too long. Hey, yeah, that is a big hand. One more go at it. It's something about the wrist. The hand is usually never turned that way anyway, if you're going from the back. Time, Brian, time. I know. Celebrating my last video. Curving up. There's a thumb again. 1, 2, 3, and a bit of the 4th. So the knuckles, it comes in like that. It's a little better, but it's just a weird angle for the hand to be. But when you throw the hand behind the back, it's going to shift its position anyway. So arm, little back, little booty, this, and maybe dimple right there. You don't have to, but let's bring that back down a little bit more just because I'm seeing it. Like that. And then, as I say, walk away from your videos. Walk away from your videos. Walk away from your drawings. Once you start to draw and you think you got it, just walk away for a few minutes and then come back and then see what you have. If you have mistakes, you'll be able to pick that up right away. And yeah. So I'm going to ink this off camera and I'm going to come back and that's going to be that. Make that foot a little bigger. The ankle a little bigger. It's too skinny down there. Bring this in a little bit more. Smooth lines, smooth lines. Bring her belly in a little bit more. So as I say, the woman has to have those smooth, consistent lines, not, jerky and blocky. Could give her more calf. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Let me ink this and I will be back in 1 hot second. All right, here we go, guys. Male versus female. That was a really quick ink, and I mean really quick ink. So this is what we come up with. This is what we come up with. This is what I came up with. So if this is my last video, I want to thank you guys for watching and leaving me great comments and enjoying, what I did put up. So yeah, don't stop drawing regardless. Never stop art. Never stop drawing. Never stop developing your skills. That head is a little weird. This side here is a little weird, but I put a nose on them. I don't know why. So yeah, little line weight. This is what you got. So this is the end of my rambling. So enjoy, guys. So if YouTube doesn't do the stupidity thing that they're planning on doing, I'll be back. If not, follow me. Facebook, Unfinished Comics, and then I'll keep you abreast of what's going on. So other than that, the final bell is ringing and class is over. See you guys. Well, that's going to be it, guys. Hopefully you did learn something throughout all my videos. If you are one of the die-hard fans, and I can start naming some of you guys off because you always are there in the comments saying, thank you and how good it was. And I do really appreciate all of you guys who have stuck with me. And no one has given me, maybe like one person, 2 people have given me like negative comments, but we know those are just negative people by the way they word it. So for the rest of you guys, I want to thank you. Much love to you. Never stop art. Keep drawing. Keep drawing. Even though I'm not there, there are a lot of other books out there. I can't say videos, but YouTube's taking that down. But just keep drawing and don't put your eggs in one basket. Do as much as you can with your art. Do as much as you can. Portraits, greeting cards. I have a video on, what you can do with your talent to make money. But yeah, don't put it all in one basket. That was something that was a firm believer of mine, that I was a firm believer of. So this is the last time you might see me ramble. We don't know. I'm not going to stress it. We'll see what happens on January. But thank you guys. Much love to you. Peace to you guys. As I say, keep drawing. Teach one. If you know how to draw, or you pick something up from my lesson, show somebody, teach somebody, show them whatever you can. Be a blessing to them, and then you'll have a blessing in return. All right, so I'm out. Hopefully not for the last time, but if I am, love to you. See you.